Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the match between FC Barcelona and Olympiacos. Barcelona have been able to defeat Olympiacos 6-1. It was a masterclass performance coming from Hansi Flick's FC Barcelona, an exact win that we have wanted, knowing that our next match is going to be against Real Madrid. And we saw so many players blossom in this match. Once again, the most perfect win because everybody needed confidence. And I believe that a lot of players here have gained confidence. They have gained momentum and their head is straight. After witnessing the past 3 to 4 matches before the match against Olympiacos, we were looking at a very mediocre team, a team that felt very underwhelming. But ever since we have beaten Olympiacos, I think that it is safe to say that this Barcelona team is back down in the correct path. I'm going to be explaining what did go on in this match minute by minute. It's going to be very interesting, a lot of insights that we have to discuss. And so if you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. I'm happy that you guys are here. If you guys are FC Barcelona fans, this is going to be the channel for you. This is where we do talk about everything in regards to FC Barcelona. So if you do end up liking this video, you don't even have to like me, but if you end up liking this video, please click the thumbs up button. It'll help me rank well in the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you actually end up liking me and you end up liking this video, you don't want to miss another one. So hit the subscribe button and I'll be posting content daily. So let's talk about the match, right? Barcelona, once again, they have beaten Olympiacos 6-1 and we started playing in a 4-2-3-1 system. And we saw a very interesting group of players. We saw Szczesny in goal, Balde, Kubarsi, Eric Garcia, and Jules Koundé starting at the back with our midfield being Pedri and Casado. And then we saw Fermin Lopez in the number 10 position with Dro, who is only 17 years old, playing on the left wing position. Marcus Rashford was our number 9. It's crazy to me that a player like Dro is actually making it. Out of all players that we have projected to maybe make it into the 11 or make it into the squad list consistently, it has been Dro. It wasn't Dro Fernández, it wasn't Tony Fernandez, but it has always been Dro, one of the most dynamic players that we have in La Masia today. Previously, we had him play in the number 10 position, but after a very underwhelming performance from Dro, Hansi Flick had different ideas, and that is why he placed Dro on the left wing. And Barcelona came in with a very clear game plan. Every time Barcelona had the ball, and we had the ball at the back, and we were trying to build from the back, we formed a 2-4-4 formation, a very attacking mindset type of formation. There was only 2 center backs in the defensive line and nothing more. Jules Koundé and Alejandro Balde pushed very high, as you can see in this picture. Only Eric Garcia and Kubarsi were at the back. Hansi Flick knew that we needed to score as many goals as possible, which is why he sent so many men up top, Koundé and Balde included. So it did not take long for Barcelona to get their first goal, as discussed. On the 7th minute, we saw Fermin Lopez break into the score sheet. After seeing like so many men trying to block that shot from Fermin Lopez, it did seem like it was impossible for Fermin to find that open space, but he ended up shooting the ball and it went behind the net. Lamine Yamal also tried to like take a shot as well because there were just so many men that Olympiacos had at the back during this sequence, but Fermin Lopez ended up taking the possession, making it 1-0. I would also like to call out Alejandro Balde, who made an amazing run going past 2 defenders and then providing a slick pass to Fermin Lopez before the goal attacking sequence. Now, I'm not going to lie, ever since Fermin Lopez scored that first goal, from minute 10 to minute 40, I would say Barcelona did fall a little. The momentum wasn't that great. If you look at the attacking momentum, Barcelona did drop down, and if anything, Olympiacos was gaining momentum. And there were many moments between the 10th minute and the 40th minute where Kubarsi, Eric Garcia, and Pedri were found in 1v1 offensive or defensive duels, and Olympiacos were trying to do exactly what Sevilla and PSG did, which was the man-to-man marking, and they were inviting the 1v1 duels. It's one of the weak points of FC Barcelona, and they were doing very well. They executed well early in the game, so I'll give Olympiacos credit for that. The individual pressure that Barcelona were receiving was not something that they wanted, but Barcelona did persevere, and they continued to push forward. They were not taking a no for an answer. We move on towards the second goal, and Barcelona got it through Fermin Lopez yet again, and this time Dro made the assist. The 17-year-old central attacking midfielder or left winger has shown up in front of the fans. It was a moment for all Barcelona fans because to see yet again another La Masia talent get picked on, go into the starting 11, and then bring an assist on a Champions League night, it's really big news. And the same thing goes for Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez, the fact that he continues to play as a number 10 and deliver, being a direct upgrade to Dani Olmo, at the very least we found our answer. We know who's going to be starting in the number 10 position going into the match against Real Madrid, and maybe even beyond that. We're not even just talking about the Clásico. He can be our number 10 against Elche as well and Club Brugge, which is going to be another match in the Champions League on November 5th. So with this second goal that Fermin Lopez did score, it was called for that he had 9 starts in the Champions League with 9 goal contributions. So we go on into the second half, and we all knew that Barcelona needed to score more. We needed more. We needed like a 3-4 to 5-0 win. But unfortunately, early in the second half, El Kabi, which was one of the center forwards of Olympiacos, scores a header and he beat Kubarsi in the air like very easy. However, that goal was cancelled by the ref because he said that Eric Garcia committed a handball before El Kabi scored the header. And here's the thing, right? One of the things that does get me very worried about Kubarsi is Kubarsi, even though he's a great ball distributor, great in terms of 1v1 ground duels, when it comes to in the air, Kubarsi is a weak point. And I believe that many teams are starting to notice that, because if we go back to the match against Girona, for example, Kubarsi was being in the air easily. Like, Kubarsi just does not know where the ball is at and he gets lost. And then you fast forward to this moment here, he once again does get beaten in the air. So as we can see, Kubarsi, as a center back who has to defend those aerial duels, he does not really win them. And that is going to be something that I believe Real Madrid are going to try and tackle as a weak point on Sunday night. So we were getting worried and we're like, okay, where's the third goal? Where's the fourth goal? And we fast forward to the 58th minute and Frankie comes in for Dro. And I knew that with Frankie coming in, Barcelona were going to function within a 4-3-3. I'll talk about that in just a few seconds. But with the exit of Dro, I saw many Barcelona fans clap it up for Dro. They were happy. And let me stay on this player for just a second. I think that Dro, as a left winger or as a central midfielder or as a attacking midfielder, is more equipped than many of our La Masia players that are currently trying to get into the squad list. He's more ready, and especially more ready than Dro Fernández. When I look at Dro and I see him receiving the ball or trying to defend, he just looks more prepared, more of a professional footballer, more of somebody who brings in confidence with the ball, and we need that. And that is why I believe Hansi Flick has given him more opportunities than somebody like Dro Fernández or even Juli Fernández. I mean, like, at the age of 17 years old, once again, 1 assist, 18 out of 20 passes were completed, which is a 90% completion rate. 1 chance created, 1 big chance created, 1 defensive contribution, 27 touches, 2 passes into the final third, and he had 2 recoveries and 1 headed clearance. This is really not that bad, and I expect Dro to continue to be relied on as games do go by. So stepping away from the Dro conversation, enter Frankie, right? Frankie came in for Dro, and when Frankie came in, we started to see Pedri and Frankie act as interiors, as you can see in this picture here. It's one of the things that Flick has been experimenting on ever since the match against Girona, and it has been working out very well. Like, I really do like what I'm seeing, because with Frankie and Pedri acting as number 8s, they do find themselves in very big attacking opportunities and they convert well. They make great decisions and they amplify Lamine, they amplify Marcus Rashford as well. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but ever since Pedri and Frankie were acting as advanced 8s, Lamine saw the ball way more and he found himself in way more open spaces. That is because Frankie and Pedri were pulling the defenders away from Yamal, and Yamal was free to roam. There was also even a moment where, like, 5 or 10 seconds later, when Frankie came in to form a 4-3-3, Pedri immediately receives the ball and regains possession and goes on to make another amazing run into the final third. So I really do like what I'm seeing here. I am going to be talking about how Hansi Flick is thinking about the 4-3-3, why it works, why I believe that Pedri and Frankie do get upgraded in terms of attacking opportunities within this system, but that's going to be in a different video. And then Olympiacos got a red card. His name was Santiago Hezi. He's an Argentinian 23-year-old DM. After hitting, like, one of our players, I forgot who it was, but yeah, Olympiacos did receive a red card, and from there, like, their whole sporting structure, their whole sporting plan just fell apart. It was all about FC Barcelona, and Lamine scores a penalty on the 66th minute after Marcus Rashford getting fouled inside the box by the goalkeeper, and with Lamine scoring that penalty, he became the youngest player in history to score 6 goals in the Champions League. Also, if you look at the way that Lamine scored that goal, it was the exact same penalty shot that replicated Messi's penalty in the World Cup final. Very interesting. We fast forward to the 74th minute and Marcus Rashford gets his goal after shooting it to the bottom left corner. Alejandro Balde ended up making the assist, and with Marcus Rashford at this time of the game, he has now officially scored 2 goals against Newcastle, provided 1 assist to Ferran Torres against PSG, and then scored 1 goal against Olympiacos. If there is one consistent player that we can name at Barcelona that is doing very well in the Champions League, that is Marcus Rashford. Because after a few minutes, on the 75th minute, Rooney Barty, Araujo, and Gerard Martin came in, and Rooney received the ball, made a elastical move, which was amazing, bro. I'm like, am I looking at Ronaldinho or something like that? Like, what the heck? Like, where did Rooney Barty even come from? But he came in, made the elastical move, Fermin Lopez receives the ball, and Fermin Lopez gets his hat trick, and goals were falling from right to left, because on the 79th minute, Marcus Rashford scores again, getting a brace and shooting the ball in the exact same spot, which was the bottom left corner. And now with this second goal from Marcus Rashford, he has now had 2 goals against Newcastle, 1 assist against PSG, 2 goals against Olympiacos, meaning that he has ended currently with 4 goals and 1 assist in 3 Champions League games. Yes, you better believe that Rafinha is, like, nervous right now in a good way. Like, I'm not talking about like, oh, they're going to be enemies or something, but Rafinha is nervous because he's looking at Marcus Rashford and he's like, oh my God, like this guy is bringing in the efficiency that I brought from last season. I'm going to have to come up and provide something different or provide something even more. It's going to be amazing to see what Hansi Flick is going to be working with once Rafinha does come back. What is the starting 11 going to look like? Is Rafinha going to be taken off and go to the bench while Rashford stays in the 11, or is it going to be the reverse? Is Marcus Rashford going to be in the bench and Rafinha goes back into the left wing, or is Rashford going to stay in the center forward position with Rafinha on the left? Who knows? Because Lewandowski and Ferran Torres are expected to come back at the same time Rafinha does come back. Honestly, I would like to see both of these players in the 11. I mean, like, think about it. Marcus Rashford, the reason why he even got these 2 goals was because he scored as a center forward. So maybe we can continue down this path. Maybe we don't have to think about sitting one of these 2 players. Maybe it could just be Rashford in the number 9 position with Rafinha on the left. I think the synergy and the chemistry there can really work out. So congratulations to FC Barcelona. Congratulations to Fermin Lopez for getting the hat-trick, to Marcus Rashford for scoring 2 goals. Pedri was amazing. Frankie was amazing. Lamine Yamal was out dribbling so many players. He ended this game with 1 goal and 1 assist. I think that Yamal can be better. He can improve, but we'll see. Our next match is going to be against Real Madrid on Sunday, and we are going to be here and talking about it for the match preview and also for the match review. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.